What's your reaction to the team's performance, Michael? Cheika?
Well, I think there's the one thing we need to be mindful of, I think, is haven't started games well, I don't think. So, not that we haven't played well, we've sort of just been a little bit less consistent in first 20 or 20 minutes, let's say, that part of the game, and it gets you off on the wrong foot. So it's definitely something we need to address, yeah. Get going in games a bit faster. Rest of it was okay, yeah. Good scrum was good. Line out worked okay, a couple of overthrows. But defence was solid, so, yeah.
We'll go at the front here, just there. Thank you.
Michael, check it. There was 2 yellow cards, obviously 4 penalties for high contact. What were your thoughts there? And is that an ongoing concern for you? Do you have to address that this week?
Mate, we're just giving away too many penalties, full stop. No matter what it's for, like, you can't be winning a game by 45 and still losing the penalty count. We've got to stop giving away penalties. It's hurting us. I think that's part, especially in the first part, that's part of the... I don't know what the actual breakdown of some of them were. But, for example, there was one for kicking the ball out of the ruck, like, that's a penalty. You know, we know that. So just those little things we definitely need to tidy up. And I don't know if that's correlated through the 3 games, but it feels a little bit like it. And then when we start getting our flow going, we're giving away less penalties. But, yeah, got to give away less penalties, yeah. Mate, I'm really not going to talk about that, to be honest. I think it's pretty clear why not. Just steer clear of it and everyone will be good.
Michael, how was Geordie today? He would have obviously been pretty nervous, didn't touch the ball for about 23 or 4 minutes there, but your thoughts on his debut and a couple of nice assists and a try?
Yeah, I thought he made some nice touches and he's been absolutely impeccable, you know. His injury in Yamea, where he was, we said downstairs, you know, where you were down in the first day of camp or second day of camp to running on to make his debut and having a significant involvement, you know, scored a try, had a big part in another and just did little things like ran down the edge, bounced back in, stayed in touch, kept the ball alive, you know, for the next play, played physical, got up and caught a few balls. We only ever really wanted to play him for the first half of the game as he's coming back, because he probably could have used another week, really, I think, in prep. So, because it was a significant injury and all, like, he's done supremely well to get back and make his debut, yeah.
And was the plan always to play him a half, and is he available for selection?
Sorry? What was that?
Was the plan always to play him a
Yes.
half of footy? Okay.
Yeah.
So
he'll be available next week.
Okay.
No problem.
I have a question over here. To my left. This one? Yeah.
Check, how important was it for Christian Lealiifano to get a good bunch of kicks at goal behind him today and knock over a few from sharp angles?
Yeah, he hit them nicely today. I think you could see that maybe the one, I think he missed 2. The one he missed in the first half, you could see he sort of sat back on that one, where he's been doing a lot of work with Mick around his kick, and I think he's really improved there, you know. So, like in this game in particular, so it was good. But, you know, mate, at the end of the day, it's every kick on its day, you know. So once you're into the next game, the kicks from the last game do nothing for you. So just practice and keep building, yeah.
Did you have a follow-up question, or you're okay? You're okay? Any further? Yeah, Luke at the front here, in the second row.
Michael Hooper, the guys looked pretty happy when James Slipper burrowed over. Can you talk us through the emotion around that?
I had a try, like 94 tests, and bloke hadn't got over the try line. And he was talking up all week that he wanted to get a try. He was just weaseling into everyone, you know, I'll be there, I'll be supporting. But he did it all himself, carried over the big fella. No, he's a great guy. And everyone was really happy to see him, you know, bundle over there.
20 metres.
Yeah.
He ran 20. That's what he said, yeah.
Any more questions yet? Hand up high. Thank you.
Michael Hooper, could I just get your thoughts on the head-high tackles? 2 yellow cards. I think you might have been pinged for one, possibly yourself at one stage.
That's right.
Do you think it's an area that the team does need to sort of refine and work on?
As Michael said, discipline in general. It's a bit of high tackle stuff. That's a bit of offside line. Giving away as many penalties as we did today, we made it hard for ourselves, particularly having 14 men on the field for 20 minutes of that game. It's hard. It makes life hard. It takes a lot of energy out of the tank of our scrummaging unit, our mauling unit, our line-out unit. Your plays are then you can't run the plays that you want to run. But look, we adapted well on the run with that, and we got ourselves back into the game. I was very impressed with some of the guys' impact in the second half.
Now I have a question on my far right over here. I think it's Japanese journalist. Yeah.
お疲れ様でした。今日は違ういつもと違うユニフォームを着てプレーされたんですけども、その理由とどなたの発案なのかというのをお願いします。
I'm getting nothing. Are you getting anything?
Yeah, talking about
The jersey.
the jersey to wear.
Yeah. For the jersey?
Yeah.
To me or to Michael?
I think to both.
I think it's very special for us. This group of players has been very important in having this jersey come to life, and to play in the World Cup and the biggest stage where many maybe countries that aren't watching us play normally, they're watching us play. It's very special, and I think the 14 there's patterns that represent the 14 Indigenous players that have played for Australia, and I think for us, and we spoke this week, not just about rugby players, we want to make known how we've got special Indigenous athletes in league, in AFL, in rugby, in all sports across Australia, and it just shows that when you have an opportunity and some support, what we can achieve.
Did you want to follow up? No. Can I go to Georgina first and then to... No. Thank you.
Michael Cheika, actually, is it still the plan to, if Australia makes a semi-final, to wear the away strip there?
We've lodged that with World Rugby. Let's just get to the next game first. And we've got a big game against Georgia coming up, and get ourselves qualified, and then we'll go from there.
You said before the Wales game that no team has dropped a pool game and gone on to win the World Cup. Do you still believe the group are contenders, and why?
You've got to make history, that's it. That's what we've got to do. You want to do it now, we've got to make some history. And I back my lads to, when they got their minds on something, especially this year, this season's team, once they get their minds on something, I back them to be able to do that 100%. So we know that that's what we want to do, and we want to be that team. We want to be the team that does make history.
Michael Cheika, Tavita had a very strong game today, coming off a break himself. Can a player like that force his hand, or force your hand in terms of selection? Given he plays a fairly different style to what you've been playing with James O'Connor? No,
definitely. I think we've shown a bit more of horses for courses in this tournament already, and depending on the opponent, there could be different options. We've got we can have a James type player as well at fullback in the centre, and we've got and James has been playing well too, so it's a good contest, and this is Tavita's first game back. He certainly did himself no harm at all in relation to selection going forward.
Now I have one over here on my left, yes.
Chick, can you just update James O'Connor's injury? Is that at all serious? And also, just to clarify, Tupou last week had a bit of a head issue, did he?
No, Tupou wasn't selected last weekend. Yeah. He just hurt himself at training. He was fine. I think he probably wanted to get out of the Saturday session, to be honest, but No one's up for a laugh today, are they? That's it, no?
Serious
It's a
business.
serious day, isn't it? But O'Connor has been, like, it's a very mild injury. You know, we picked him knowing that he wouldn't train the 2 days, and when he couldn't get back, he ran yesterday and trained, but he couldn't get himself up to full pace without feeling it, so we just thought best to move it around. And the lads, they need to play some time. You know, Tavita needed to play. You notice I didn't use Samu because he'd been off the back of a full day's training yesterday as well, so I wanted to try to keep him a bit fresher after having done that. So if we needed to, we would have brought him on, but not a good hit out for the other guys.
Now I'll take that one there, and then I think Tom over here had one as well. Did you? Yeah. We'll go here first to my left.
Check, you've now played Uruguay back-to-back World Cups, and they've become a more professional outfit, and you've watched a lot of the tournament with the Minnows. What's your take on the gap closing, I guess, with some of the lesser light nations that are really coming into their own a little bit?
No doubt. And I think I'm often pitted as the enemy to World Rugby, but I can assure you that in this one, they've hit the money exactly right. They've put a lot of investment into the supposed lower tiers, right? And that investment and that focus on those nations improving their rugby has worked. I think what they've done has been excellent, and it's shown it's really good for the game as a whole, because every game's a contest, you know, and we've seen firsthand from Uruguay exactly their improvement from 4 years ago to now, and I think we've seen that with their defeat of Fiji as well. And nothing's taken for granted, that's for sure. So, yeah, I think it's been excellent, and it's making the World Cup, as far as competition between the teams and the pools, much better for the crowds, and much better for the game as a whole. I know, miracle.
Michael Hooper, are you finding the breakdown a bit tricky at this World Cup? Are you finding the policing of the breakdown looks to be a little bit messier than perhaps we're used to seeing?
Yeah, it's been a bit different. Back rows and the on-ballers that pick it up the best are going to have good success. So, you know, we'll be looking how we can get better at that part of the game. I thought some guys did well there for our team tonight, and we get some good turnovers. Jack was good over the ball, even some of our big fellas. But yeah, we want to make that a contest. All the teams want to make it a contest. You know, it's a massive part of the game. So it has been different. The team that nails it, it's going to get some good pay.
Okay, we might just leave it there. I think that's finished for today. So thank you very much to Michael and Michael. Congratulations. And the mix zone will start in about 2 or 3 minutes' time. Cheers.